But you're in the right place right here, right now, because we've got some more great content that builds off of what you heard in the front half of the presentation today. And I'm going to be joined on stage for this part with two great customer stories, one from Will from eHealth and Noah from University Hospitals. And you're going to hear exactly how they've used the Invoca platform to go beyond and really take advantage of everything that we have to offer. And then, of course, we want to give you a little taste of signal discovery. I know that a lot of you are excited about that. We previewed it last year, and now we're here to kind of show you what that's all about. So you saw this in Greg's presentation. You saw the two kind of fundamental ideas of what it means to be a marketer. We could break it down to these two concepts. Number one, how do you attract customers to your brand? How do you get people interested in what you have to offer? How do you find more people that look like those people? How do you get their attention? But then once you've got their attention, how do you deliver that seamless buying experience? So another way of thinking about it is like, how do you get people to your door? And then once they're in your door, how do you treat them? And so for the second half of the presentation today, we're really going to be focusing on this second part. And this is the part that Greg talked about where there's a number of different challenges there. And we're going to see how our customers overcame them. So I think you guys all understand inherently that the buying experience is important. And I know this because when we think about the digital buying experience, we know that there's tons of tools available to us to break that down, to fully understand how customers traverse this digital experience. We have tools for building profiles, for doing personalization, for segmenting our visitors, to understand conversion pathways and cart abandonment, et cetera, et cetera. And if you're getting half or more of your sales from inbound phone calls, then it would hold that you would want the same level of visibility. You want the same level of tools, the granularity of data and analytics for that half of the equation. And then you'd want all the plumbing to work, all that information flowing back and forth so you can get that complete picture, right? That's what we want to achieve. That's what we're trying to get to. But this picture is a little rosy. We know that, because this side of the equation is actually a little harder to understand. And until recently, you have a hard time getting that visibility. And I think you know this. You're all marketers from considered purchase industries. And you know how important that buying experience is. But we really wanted to understand, why was it important to focus on the call experience? So we did a little research, and we asked folks just like you, marketers that had implemented call tracking solution, to understand how important were calls to your bottom line. So we asked this, and we found 93% of you said that calls have a medium or big impact to your bottom line. So yes, this is an area we want to focus. We want to focus on that call experience. And we took it one step further. We wanted to know, well, what is the quality of that experience? What does that really look like when people are reaching out to you by phone? And so we said, do you agree, is the call center experience for your customers superior to that of your online experience? And the results of this actually really surprised me. 80% of you agreed that the call center experience was superior to the digital experience. And the reason that surprised me is that I've talked to a lot of you over the last year. And what you've said to me, what you've said to your partners at Invoca, is that that's a real challenge. It's hard to get that visibility into the call center experience. Yet, despite the challenges around visibility, despite the lack of data around this, you believe in those human connections. You believe in those one-to-one conversations that your consumers can have with a sales expert or a representative on your side of the business, so much so that you believe that it's fundamentally important to your business and superior to that digital experience. So again, I was very surprised by that. So the question I have for this audience today is, how well do you think you understand your complete buying experience? Think about that for a second. And think about this. How How empowered do you feel to make a change to this experience, to optimize that experience, to deliver what Greg called a seamless experience? Because we heard some of the challenges earlier today from Roz and Navistar in this distributed sales model, how she lacked that visibility across all of her dealers out there. We hear about enterprise complexity, legacy operations of businesses that have been around for a long time, doing business in certain ways for a long time, and organizational silos that we all know about. And so yes, it's a challenge. But what I know about this audience, what I know about our customers, is that you don't settle for the status quo, right? You're investing in new technologies. You're investing in changing your companies to make sure you can fix these things. And it brings to mind this quote. It's a quote from Grace Hopper, right? Many of you may have seen this. The most dangerous phrase in the language is, "We've always done it this way." This is the quote that I thought about when I was thinking about our next two presenters. Two people who, when they see challenges, when they see obstacles in their way, but more importantly, they see opportunities to improve things, they're not bound by the way things have gone. They're not bound by existing thinking. They see solutions, and they figure out how to get it done. And that's what I love about these stories.